gentlemen, distinguished guests, and esteemed members of club, I, Ila Singh, welcome you all to this national seminar on role of higher education institutions in advancing access to justice program in collaboration with Pro Bono Club, National University of Study and Research in Law. CLAP, the Center for Legal Aid Program at NUSRL Ranchi, is a beacon of legal assistance, providing vital support to the community. Through dedicated services and expertise, CLAP ensures access to justice, empowering individuals with legal aid guidance and advocacy. Proceeding with the event, I would like to request our esteemed guests, Shri Rahul Kumar Purwar, IS, Principal Secretary for Department of Higher and Technical Education, Government of Jharkhand, Dr. Deepak Kumar Srivastav, Director of IIM Ranchi, Professor Dr. Ashok R. Patil, Vice Chancellor at NUSRL Ranchi, Dr. Shweta Mohan, Assistant Professor and Convener of CLAP, NUSRL Ranchi, and Dr. Kaushik Bagchi, Assistant Professor of Law and Convener of CLAP at NUSRL Ranchi, to initiate the lamp lighting ceremony, symbolizing enlightenment, unity, and prosperity. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now I would request VC sir to honor and felicitate Shri Rahul Kumar Purwar as a token of our respect and appreciation. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would request Bagchi sir to felicitate Dr. Deepak Kumar Srivastav, Director of IIM Ranchi, as a token of our respect and appreciation. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would request Shweta ma'am to honor and felicitate Professor Dr. Ashok R. Patil as a token of our respect and appreciation. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We are honored to have with us Shri Rahul Kumar Purwar, Principal Secretary, Department of Higher and Technical Education, Government of Jharkhand, with us today. Now I would request sir to please come up on the stage to deliver a chief guest address.
जब कुछ लगे फोन लेना फोटो खींचने लग जाना
अब ले जा फोन ले जा
अच्छा ठीक है ले जा फोटो
कहाँ से किसी
तेरा पूछो कुछ किसी तरह
लाइव एड्रेस ले कैसे देगा ठीक है तू अच्छे ले ले वाले से ले
थैंक यू गुड मॉर्निंग टू एवरीबॉडी In today's seminar on national seminar on role of higher education institutions in advancing access to justice by Center for Legal Aid Programs in collaboration with Pro Bono and USRI. Thank you so much for inviting me for this occasion. This is a very useful session. I hope all the participants will definitely get benefit from this seminar. Just today's present with IM directors. I am Ranchi Director Dr. Deepak Kumar ji, Vice Chancellors NUSRL Dr. Ashok R. Patil ji, Dr. Ashok Bakchi ji, Kaushik Bakchi ji, faculty members, participants, ladies and gentlemen. When we talk about role of higher educational institutions in advancing access to justice, why we are talking about this subject, why we are talking about this topic, this is nowadays we are always saying about Viksit Bharat. We are conceptualizing the concept of Viksit Bharat. We are saying right now India is the fifth largest economies, and we are saying by 2000 $5 trillion economy we are saying. And when we research for this as a developed India, we talk about 2047 will be $30 trillion economy will be there. So just think over it. It's just this economic development or economic growth is good enough without any other necessaries, preconditions. Is never is possible. Economic growth is not just enough. Along with that, we must have kind of a social and economic equality, which we talk about. We talk about the diverse cultural diversity. We talk about environmental sustainability. We talk about technological advancement. We talk about good governance. Nowadays, we call digital governance. Without these things, we cannot conceptualize any kind of a real sense economic developments. So how it is possible, like until unless we have a rule of law will not prevail, we'll have a social and economic equality in the systems, we cannot do that. So this access to justice is having foremost condition for truly envisaging this developed India when we talk about. So, if we talk about, say, the Second World War, post Second World War, most of the European countries, including some Asian countries like Japan and South Korea, why they have taken the lead over others? They have some edge over other countries. That's why they're taking the lead in the world. So at that time, we have a technological advancement was there. Maybe manufacturing process was they streamlined the whole the process. Now what which we can have? We can say that total 144 crore populations may say the median population median age is something like 29 years, which India is having a young generation which can take a lead this whole world. I mean, in India's context, we talk about. So when we say these opportunities are with us, same time it gives us challenges too. How we can cope up with challenges that we need to see. Right now, as we talk about the digital governance side, something around 120 crores right now internet users are there. In this circumstances scenario, you can see so many cyber crimes are occurring. Cyber frauds are coming up. We need to have a data protection is required. We have a marginalized community with us right now. Say the indigenous knowledge management is required. In the protection of indigenous knowledge is required. So this is kind of the role of this higher education institution come into being, how we can protect, these things, how we can do some kind of initiative which we can take it up for this ensuring advancing to social access to justice. Right now, talk about, see, what are the current barriers which we face to access to justice? One is foremost is in general common parlance we say, आप कोर्ट कचहरी से दूर रहिए. What does it mean by that? Is because maybe sometimes we see the process are complex. So other way we say the cost is little high, legal costs are very high. So these are the challenges which are posing before us. This is one of the important barriers to access to justice is high legal cost is there. Then we talk about this complex legal process are there. It's a very cumbersome process is there. For this require maybe some kind of you require counseling is required. So maybe normal person wages persons, they cannot have access to these kind of a justice system, a problem which we pose right now. Third is like we maybe kind of people here, they have a right on papers, they have rights on the papers, knowledge system is available in the papers, but they are not aware of it. For common masses, what kind of a common knowledge, legal knowledge they must possess, this is still, I mean, it's insufficient, inadequately available. How we can access to this kind of legal education, to this common concern which we have. And one of the foremost is the language barrier nowadays. Country which is having around 30 languages, which is countries, and we have, when we say the judicial system in English, is I think is one of the masses language barriers, one of the aspects we can think about that. Then when we talk about so much diversity in the country, the discrimination is there. Still each and every family within us will find some kind of discrimination is there. One way maybe a gender discrimination, maybe the caste discrimination, maybe the religious discrimination, maybe economic discrimination. We will find discrimination within ourselves, within our society, within our environment. So that is one of the basic barrier which is. Then we can talk about, say, nowadays what's happening so much when we say that technology is coming up is also giving us kind like to challenges which are before us that we can see. One of the foremost is sustainability, that is issues. If we see about that resources are limited, as everybody knows about it. How we are making the sustainable make use of these resources, that is up to all of us right now. See, right now we are consuming about something around 1.5% resources, extra additional resources every year. We think about that by 2060, we'll use around only 60% additional resources will be there. So this is a kind of a posing challenges, how we can be sensitive. Proper optimal utilization of resources, that is also one of the question mark, and it will deliver through the proper access to justice only. So these are the barriers which we can think about it, and we may say sometime we are not very highly sensitive about say proper utilization of resources are there, or maybe the towards the marginalized community, that is one of the challenges which we are facing right now. Societies, we are having some kind of communities which are left out from this developmental process. How we can take them along this process of development, that is also one of the challenges which we face. When we talk about how we can do that, what others have been done it right now. See, as just mentioned about today, we are going to sign MOU between the law universities and IIM Ranchi. What does it mean by that? Maybe we kind of synergizing between the management and law. We have synergies. So this kind of a more proper access to justice, that is, I will add to this whole process the public policy forum, because that is also plays very important role in this whole process of access to justice. That can also be added later on. Then we talk about how the this institutions can play the role. One of the important play role is legal education, which we know that legal education, not just maybe kind of a law perspective, but for the society perspective, we can have a kind of a community-oriented education, maybe also part of that legal education system whole thing. We can see the many institutions have taken the lead. If we talk about maybe Ranchi Law University must have taken also lead in this process through legal aid clinic, etc. But maybe we require more efforts on that process. How we can make it more affordable to the maybe closer to the community, that we can need to see that in the whole process. Many global universities have taken also lead in this process. So maybe when we talk about the legal education, we can see what to be done first. What the curriculum which we are having right now, currently regulated, we see where the gaps are there. Maybe this legal aid clinic can take this initiative. Maybe where the gaps are in the current legal curriculum is there. Are the proper, we are taking the proper systems, provisions are there to show the social justice or economic justice in the whole process is there. Do we have, nowadays so many PILs are being filed, public interest litigation filed. Why public interest litigation? Maybe some kind of public interest is involved. Do we have a sufficient provisions in our legal process to take care of this public? In today's context, that can also be, maybe the young generation can be much more sensitized about the public interest. What are the public interests? How these provisions can be ensured to make better aware of this whole process, or maybe better sensitized to what these public interest things are there. That can also be seen in this process. And third is very important is how we are dealing with the sustainability issues. That is one of the foremost challenge. I'm reiterating many times, but this is very important. Our provisions, our curriculum is sufficiently taking care of this sustainability issue, that we can also say. And foremost is this Right now, maybe new education policy has come up with this, how we can protect our the Indian traditional knowledge system actually. So how this law can, through law, how we can ensure that real true sense we are protecting our traditional or indigenous knowledge system, that we can also think about, we can discuss about this whole research forum. Nowadays with this new education policy, this we are focusing much more on the research process. That is our responsibility. Maybe how this central legal aid clinic can take responsibility of, I mean, proper research areas to be done or not. I'm just having very small suggestion, I mean, which intensive program, grassroots innovation-based research programs, where we are trying to send the students, I mean, after first year or second year and summer vacation, they are going to communities. They're seeing what is happening there. Maybe something new is being done by peoples, maybe in terms of, say, they are doing differently, they are doing irrigation differently, they are doing farming differently, they are doing some kind of a different kind of handicraft work, or maybe some other kind of a rural medicine they are working. Similarly, even law university can take care of what the problem which maybe in terms of access to justice they were having actually. Are they really able to put having? Maybe this thing can be seen from the law perspective also. So maybe this will, when we reach closer to the community, we'll get a new perspective from it. What we are reading or studying in the classroom or libraries, when we go to the communities and see their problems they're facing, you will have a different dimension of thought processing. Will be completely changed. I will say this kind of a maybe research and advocacy program we can launch through the central legal aid clinic, which can help all of us, I mean, together. And I will say two more points actually. Law is, or access to justice is not just law thing only. Don't take only just isolation or silos only in law or legal education is just law perspective. Because nowadays we talk about, if you see any problems is not related to just now access to justice, not related to law only. It may be the psychological issues, it may be the sociological issues, it may be economical issues, it may be the community-driven approaches out there. So we must have a multidisciplinary approach. I think good, I mean, this kind of MOE is coming up, maybe more collaboration is required, so we can have a multi-dimensional or multidisciplinary approach of thought process. So even law students, you can think about a different perspective, a multi-dimensional perspective, which will add to your value, what you are thinking or how you are dealing the issues are there. Last, and I will say about this, not just law meant for, I mean, studying the law for law students only. Everybody must be aware of this legal, I mean, this kind of a capacity building programs is required. Maybe we can have more tie-up with this, say, even as a public policy practitioners, we can also require an intensive law kind of a training is required. Not just, I mean, I'm saying the public policy perspective, but all the perspective, everybody should be aware of, must have enough knowledge about the law, rule of law, so that we could be, I mean, we could follow the society in proper order. So this way we can have access to justice to whole community across the whole globe, that we need to see. So this is not just very confined to the law wing only. It is a kind of a multidisciplinary approach. It is kind of a global society it is required. So this perspective we need to see. The young participants who are coming up joining these seminars, I will just say, I mean, take this access to justice in a very comprehensive way, not just in your own subject area or one dimension only. It cannot be unidimensional. We need to see the various perspectives related to it, how we can ensure access to justice for the masses, that we need to see. And first, as I mentioned earlier, that how this community-driven approach can solve many problems. Maybe sometimes you find a solution within community only. So when we go there, how we can address these problems, that must be done. Sometimes we are, since we are not aware of our rights, we do not go to approach the legal system, legal process, and we face the, I mean, sustained problems throughout his future. I mean, continuous this problem. How we can have a legal counseling process so that people can understand what their rights are there. Maybe sometime by counseling only we can address the I mean, the issues we can be resolved. So that way we can see. In totality, I will just again congratulate to all the participants who are here for this seminar purpose, and I hopeful this seminar will be kind of a milestone for the future generation as well as the current problem solving approach it will give us to all of us. With this approach, I thank you so much for inviting me again, and thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for gracing the dais and enlightening our audiences with your insightful words. Now, I would like to invite upon stage our esteemed director of IIM Ranchi,
morning, respected Sri Rahul Ji Purwar, Vice Chancellor, University Sri Ashok Patil Ji, Sri Bharti Ji, faculty members, Law University, my colleague Professor Ansuman, dear students, participants to this national seminar on role of higher educational institutions. At the outset, I would like to thank Vice Chancellor Professor Patil Ji for giving this opportunity to IIM Ranchi. Today is a very important occasion. We are going to sign an MOU, IIM Ranchi and National Law University. We have been discussing, I and Patil Sahab, this MOU for a very long time, but today day has come, and finally we are here to sign this MOU. Law and management, two are very interesting subjects, and you would agree that both subjects have a lot of, nowadays, attraction, and some extent credit goes to economic reform, which initiated in 91. There are many opportunities to both management as well as law, and law graduates from such kind of university, this is, I can say, a different, generation, and too much evolved. The process has evolved in creating law graduates. Management and law are very close to each other. One common factor, both subjects deal with multiple realities. Unlike basic science or physics or mathematics, where you have single reality, 2 + 2 are 4, E is equal to MC square, but law and management both deals with multiple realities. So you need to have a holistic, view, and it is very difficult to have a single answer. Okay, so it deals with a lot of subjectivity also, and that is the beauty of both the subjects. We need to have idea of several interdisciplinary subjects or different concepts or theories. Though there is similarity, common factor, but both subjects are complementarity. In management, we teach many concepts, marketing, finance, strategy, and so many things. But most important is how to navigate different challenges, especially social challenges. And that's why a lot of focus is given on the social intelligence. But for social intelligence, you need to also know what kind of institutional framework country and society is having, formal as well as informal institution. Formal institution largely comes under the law. So understanding of law is much, much important. As a matter of fact, IIM Ranchi or any IIM, any B school, we have few courses on law, business law, and this kind of, but we need more number of courses. We need courses on competition law, we need courses on IPR, we need, courses on how to close the M&A deal, because M&A deal leads and involves so many this kind of a competition related issues. So a lot of understanding of law and how law affects the business practice and how the cost of doing business can be minimized or eliminated by understanding of law. These are some issues which we are focusing. IIM Ranchi, last year we created liberal arts and science area where we involve the faculty members from different liberal arts and law, of course law faculties. My colleague Professor Ansuman Hajarka, before coming into academics he was practicing in Supreme Court. So we are looking for such kind of a competence which generally B school does not have. We have also some ambitious plan. We are planning to have some kind of a special interest group or some research group on public policy. We also would like to have something on IPR, because IPR there are so many areas such as geographical indication. So that is much linked with the theme of this conference, role of higher educational institutions in advancing access to justice. Let me give an example. Darjeeling tea total cultivation in India is estimated around 1 lakh ton, while the circulation in the worldwide is estimated 4 lakh ton, so 4 times more. So what is the source of counterfeit, this kind of a product? The counterfeit product we are not able to control, not able to discourage, because we don't have enough, this kind of provisions. So that kind of understanding and awareness we need to have. More number of geographical indication in future definitely will come if there is awareness. So I am Ranchi, we are willing to have such kind of a sensitization and awareness. We have also launched a grassroots leadership program. This program is supported by Tata Steel Foundation. So we see scope where Law University can support I am Ranchi initiative. We have also courses, and in addition to course, we have several executive programs. And if we will have a more discussion, and if there is a common interest, definitely we will launch some certificate program on cyber law, certificate program on intellectual property right, and negotiation, competition, competition policy, competition related things. So we have so many things in pipeline, and I am confident that this MOU would open new opportunity to both the institutes, I am Ranchi as well as Law University. Law University, you would be having some fundamental courses on management, what management is, what business is. So that kind of expertise certainly can be provided by IIM. You need to also have some courses on internationalization, global practices, and what management is, what business is, the principles of management, merger and acquisition, because what I understand, you would be teaching merger and acquisition from law perspective, if there is a course, but we teach merger and acquisition from institutional perspective, where several factors are being considered: culture, national identity, as well as the individual organizational perspective. So we have set of courses which we offer on merger and acquisition. So if you have interest on merger and acquisition, that can be one area where the courses can be offered and conducted jointly. We are also going to have some more work on competition. Today one important workshop is going to take place at IIM Ranchi Competition Commission, that is supported by Competition Commission of India. Because competition is something which we need to see from multiple perspectives. Of course, institutional perspective, formal as well as informal. So that is the area where we can help you what competitive advantage is, how there is a change in the competitive advantage scenario, what a multinational company wants. So these kind of inputs certainly I am Ranchi would be happy to contribute. In addition to that, we can plan some joint seminar or conferences where the law and management and the new paradigms, law and management, that can also be discussed. Just I take this opportunity to share, this year we are going to have 3 international conferences, one exclusively for the doctoral students, where if some students, doctoral students of Law University have an idea, a topic which is close to management, you're welcome, you can present, where we are targeting students from all the V schools. This this conference is going to be very, very competitive, and we have support from Harvard Business, this publishing house. We have also 2 international conferences. These conferences will take place in month of December. One exclusively designed conference, the social impact. So that is also linked with your expertise, the justice, and how justice or legal process can help in upliftment of marginalized section, and how educational institutions can make a social impact. So this conference we are planning in month of December. So if you have interest, we can have some joint track or session which can be taken care by faculty members of both IIM Ranchi as well as Law University. One exclusive conference we are going on the operations management. Again, in operations management there are legal perspectives. So if you would like to contribute how legal paradigm would support the manufacturing and other operations related things, supply chain related things, that can also be considered. As far as student this exchange is concerned, you are most welcome. We are open. So if you want to attend some course, you can explore this on website, and with the permission of the faculty member, we will arrange this thing. And faculty member of IIM Ranchi, we have second highest in terms of faculty members, I am actually the highest number in the second generation IIM, 62 faculty members, and we have faculty members from different functional areas. So if you want any specific expertise, please feel free, and we will request the faculty. Faculty may come and will take the sessions. So these are some initial thoughts, and I am confident that this MOU would be very, very meaningful, impactful, and will provide more new opportunities to both the institutes, faculty, management, as well as students. With this, I would like to end. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful speech. We move forward to an important moment as we witness the signing of an MOU between NUSRL Ranchi and IIM Ranchi, which will enable both the institutions to facilitate joint research and faculty exchange. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. Shweta Mohan to come up on the stage for a presentation on her initiatives undertaken by CLAP.
A very warm good morning to dignitaries on the dais, students, and the entire NUSRL faculty. Center for Legal Aid program was established in the year 2011. It was reconstituted in the year 2019. This Center for Legal Aid program is an integral center for learning at NUSRL Ranchi, recognized by Department of Justice, Ministry of Law and Justice, Government India under its pro bono club scheme, and also affiliated with JHALSA and GASA. The center has been championing the contemporary and global relevant domain that is related to legal awareness. Now, since its inception, the center has been collaboration with Alternate Space, IDIA, inaugurated Pro Bono Club, inaugurated CSC centers, and since then it has done various outreach program, awareness program, Nukkad Nataks. Some of them are mentioned here. We had done prison clinic visit, surveyed a total of 116 prisoners in Jamshedpur and Ramgarh prisons, identified overcrowding and staff shortage as a major problem over there, provided legal assistance to the old lady who was unaware of her caste status, observed that prisoners were engaged in various activities such as printing, soap making and designing, forwarded the case of the old lady to the higher authorities for positive outcome. We also had street vendor engagement program where our student team visited vegetable market in Kanke to raise awareness about e-Shram card, which is a public policy run by the government. They performed a play to explain the importance of e-Shram cards and their benefits. They distributed pamphlets with information about the scheme and how to register for the same. They also discovered that many vendors did not have their mobile numbers linked to their Aadhaar cards or PAN cards. They helped 25 vendors get e-Shram card and are working to get more cards for the remaining vendors. Moving forward, we also had speed mentoring program. We collected data from 524 students across 7 government schools, covered a wide range of topics including consumer protection law, drug abuse, cyberbullying, witch hunting, good touch, bad touch, conducted special session on drug abuse at the request of one of the teacher, used a skit to explain harmful effects of the drug abuse, distributed pamphlet with the contact information of authorities. We also had non-profit partnering, partnered with 2 NGOs, Pratigya and Mark, to address social issues, conducted a survey of 124 households in Mallar, Kochar region to understand the socio-economic condition, and found that 50% of the household face sexual abuse challenges and 60% face substance abuse issues. Established a community center in Mallar, Kochar to address the issues. Collaborated with Mark to distribute sanitary napkins and educate women about the menstrual health. Moving forward, we also had Lok Adalat. Now, Lok Adalat members observed and assisted mediators and lawyers in their cases. They were able to help parties reach settlements in some cases. The disputes they dealt with involved bank loans, bills, payment and other issues. They played an active role in facilitating productive settlement negotiation. ASRA. This special scheme was run by CLAP, extending its mission beyond legal aid to support the community, recognizing the harsh winter in Ranchi. CLAP organized a blanket donation drive where student faculty contributed minimum of ₹20 and raised funds to purchase the blanket for those who were in need. On December 22nd, 2023, with the support of the Vice Chancellor, faculty coordinators and the faculty members, student volunteers distributed the blanket to street dwellers near Pahadi Mandir. This initiative exemplifies CLAP's commitment to social justice and demonstrate its effects to address the critical awareness. Short term, in the month of December, we conducted short-term course on legal aid and allied laws. The main objective was to explain the concept of public interest litigation, to give basic idea about right to information, to understand various modes of alternative dispute resolution, to realize the significance of right of victims, and the course followed an online assessment test to evaluate the understanding and knowledge of the questions. The course aimed to empower students to create things. Recently, we have also inaugurated Common Service Center. Now, this e-service center within the reach of the citizen by creating a physical service delivery ICT infrastructure helps in making transparent service delivery mechanism and reducing citizens' effort in visiting government offices. We are happy to share we have functioning CSC centers in our campus. We also had blood donation program recently. If I would go, the list would go on and on. We have some compact achievement, but still we are focusing to have substantial goal from the center. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. To mark the beginning of this new journey, I would like to request Dr. Deepak Kumar Srivastav, Director of IIM Ranchi, to honor and felicitate Sri Rahul Kumar Purwar and Professor Dr. Ashok R. Patil with mementos. Thank you so much, sir. Now we invite Professor Dr. Ashok R. Patil, Vice Chancellor of NUSRL Ranchi, to share his insights with us through his speech.
Respected Chief Guest of today's national seminar, Sri Rahul Kumar Purwar, Principal Secretary, Department of Higher and Technical Education, and the chief guest, Dr. Deepak Kumar Srivastava, Director IIM Ranchi, Dr. Kaushik Bagchi, Registrar, faculty members, CLAP members, students, and paper presenters. So today it's a great day for NUSRL. We are organizing a national seminar on role of higher education institutions in advancing access to justice. So you know that Professor Menon, Madhav Menon, who is the founder of NLSIU Bangalore, and he is also called as a father of Indian modern legal education system in India. So he, from day one, I worked with him for last 15 years with him. So always he told, he has not always referred legal education. He said it's a justice education. It's not a legal education, it's a justice education. Who are studying law, how you can give justice to the needy people, which is who are facing a lot of problems in all the areas. So that was the main thing, justice education. So in that angle, whatever access to justice, this is the concept. So it is clearly clear that all the education institutions have to work on this particular concept. And also Supreme Court, in many cases, it is clearly mentioned access to justice as a fundamental right also. So in that regard, that's why state has, even under the constitution, Article 39A clearly gives, explains that access to justice is very important thing. In that regard only, central government came out with a legislation, Legal Services Authorities Act. Under that act, DALSA, SALSA, NALSA, National Legal Service Authority, State Legal Service Authority, District Legal Service Authority, they are also working, and that is not enough. That's why all the universities, educational institutions, we are also having a duty towards the society, how students can help the society, how education institutions, how faculty members can help the society. That is also very, very important. And we are talking about CSR, corporate social responsibility. Same way, university social responsibility. We are also having social responsibility towards the society. And always, now we are talking about Viksit Bharat and Viksit State, Viksit Jharkhand. So that happens only when the access to justice, basic needs has to be provided. And especially today we entered MOU with IIT Ranchi, and director is a very dynamic person. So we will do lot of exchange programs and lot of programs which will help the Jharkhand state, which will get the benefit of our programs in future. So that is the very important the MOU towards the access to justice also. And also this year we got a BBA LLB recognition to start new course in our university from BBA LLB from Bar Council of India. From next year we are starting that, and in that regard, being the business institution, reputed institution, we will get a lot of inputs from them also. And especially about the CLAP. CLAP is one of the very active center in NUSRL, and also the Bagchi, Professor Dr. Bagchi, who got a national level award also in the national level competition. So this is the center working hard to help the society, and we are adopting a nearby village, and we are visiting that village, and whatever needs of that particular village, maybe all types of ration card, death, birth certificates, whatever. So all those things we will identify, and which department of the government that has to solve, we will submit that report to the concerned department, and one day we will call all the department concerned people to the village, so that from them only we are solving those whatever certificates or whatever needs are there, we will solve in that village only. That we are working on. So these are all things we are doing, and today, once again, I congratulate CLAP team for organizing this particular national seminar. With this, I conclude today. The parallel sessions are there. We will discuss more on this particular topic, and ultimately at the end, we will come out with great ideas which we can submit to the state government as well as central government. With this, I conclude. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful words. To formally conclude this session, I invite the faculty convener of CLAP, Dr. Kaushik Bagchi, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning all, I'm Johar from National University of Study and Research in Law. So first of all, we are thankful to all the participants who have come all across Jharkhand to participate in this particular seminar. And this seminar is speaking about the role of higher education institutions in providing access to justice. But as a law school, it is mandatory for us under the Bar Council norms to provide this access to justice through a legal aid center. But at present we find out that all the higher education institutions, maybe it is an engineering college or an management institution just like of IIM Ranchi or even CIP or RIMPAS, all of them are claiming that they are also providing legal aid and they have opened up legal aid clinics in their centers. So our first objective while going through this conference was to find out the mechanism which these institutions have adopted for the purpose of providing legal aid in their institutions, and to come up any developments which we can be also taking into account and forwarding it for the purpose of our study. But the basic thing is that what is being done is that these institutions are basically carrying out social work activities which are trying to cope up under the category of legal aid. But that particular aspect is not regarded as legal aid at all. When we speak about legal aid, in such circumstance, obviously law comes into operation. Now, when we are talking about access to justice, I think there must be certain policy changes within the law itself. Because when we see the medical graduates graduating from an institution, I think they are forced to undergo a procedure wherein they are forced to go through internship. They are forced to provide free medical facilities in government hospitals for a specific period of time. So when we have Bar Council of India, when we have fundamental rights as legal aid, why can we not move up with a policy decision that every law graduate will be required to do this pro bono service for the purpose of appearing in the AIB exam? Unless and until they provide this certificate, the AIB will not enroll them for examination at all. This can be done. Previously, we found out that when the judicial recruitment took place, there was a tenure. I think that 3 years practice was required for the persons who used to join judiciary. It was mandatory for them. Unless and until they practiced in the judicial services, as an advocate, they were not recruited as judicial officers at all. So not 3 years, let it be 6 months only, and they have to acquire certificates of pro bono activity. So basically, if these kinds of policy decisions be done, I think the route of access to justice can be moved out or curved out in a more proper manner. Thank you, IIM Director Sir, Deepak Srivastav Sir. Thank you, Rahul Panwar Sir. And thank you, VC Sir, for giving us this platform for the purpose of initiating this program. And I also thank all our non-teaching staff, teaching staff, our students, specifically Harsh and Shreya, the co-convener and convener of student convener of CLAP, Shweta madam, Shantanu sir, and each and everyone who I may have forgotten few names. Okay, so please don't take it in another way. Thank you all for participating in this seminar, and in the next session we will be taking into account the technical sessions where we will come across all those informations that how these higher technical education institutions are running the legal aid clinics in their campus. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. IIM Ranchi is organizing a regional workshop on competition law, wherein the keynote address will be delivered by the chairperson of Competition Commission of India at 2 p.m. today. Team IIM invites all the Nusralites and the participants to join for this event. I thank all the dignitaries and members for joining us today. Now I request all the guests to move for high tea.
खत्म